Offshore oil and gas is one of the safest workplaces in the world because we spend millions of dollars each year teaching our workers safety procedures. Despite this, the industry experiences major incidents and fatalities every single year, and an average unit has between 50 and 100 near misses a year. With a single typical near miss alone costing $40,000 in auditing and downtime, the motivation for improving our training methods is obviously there. But despite our continuing efforts to improve, the industry is still far from accident-free. Why? Studies indicate that we need to focus not just on the training itself, but also on what happens after a training event. This dotted line indicates what we would suppose happened. People leave the classroom with some knowledge and then continue to build on that, gradually improving their skills. But in fact, we find that this happens. People do leave the class with new knowledge, but unless they get to use that knowledge right away, they will quickly forget about it and revert to their old ways. So while this worker may be fully proficient right now in the fire drills he has just been taught, the risk that he will experience an actual fire and get to use those skills right now is quite slim, and over time his proficiency will gradually decrease. In order to prevent that, we know we have to fill this gap with practice. But the big question is how to make practice available in sufficient quantities and in sufficient quality. Traditionally, on-site training is used, but this has a number of disadvantages. One of them is that it is extremely expensive because of the need to shut down production facilities during the training. Another one is that it often turns into routine, lacking external input, and thus becomes a limited learning experience. Today's alternative is center-based training, but this also has high cost associated with it. And no matter whether on-site or center-based training is chosen, there is a limit as to how realistic that training can be. This means that training will not be available in sufficient quantities and that it will not be realistic enough when it is. But what if a truly realistic training facility could be constantly available? Our simulators provide an online training environment that is available 24 hours a day with no transportation costs or need to shut down production facilities. We provide an environment that is not only readily available, but that is also in many ways better than live drills. Why? The environment itself is extremely realistic, including factors like weather and fire that could not be safely included in a real-life situation. Each scenario is usable in single-user mode to get practical hands-on training and can be repeated whenever needed and as many times as necessary. However, real-life situations are rarely scripted single-user events. Therefore, our scenarios can be used in team and crew sessions, training communication and cooperation between individual team members and between different teams. And finally, we know from experience that most accidents occur when several elements fail at the same time. So instead of scripted events, our scenarios are multi-process oriented, allowing an instructor, through a configurator, to plan and execute unique training sessions with many simultaneous occurrences. And of course, the exercise is completely documented, allowing the instructor to access all information about the exercise on a level that would never be possible in real life. Since the platform is online, the actual instructor can be located anywhere in the world. This enables the customer to draw instructors from their own staff or to use instructors from their existing training providers. We have currently developed a number of scenarios within process, lifting, and emergency. Each scenario can be performed as a team or single player and with or without an instructor. Training of first, second, and third line of emergency is also included where relevant. All scenarios come in 5 versions: semi-submersibles, jackups, FPSO, platform, and a tank ship version. The solution is plug and play and can run on your existing PC setup. You and your colleagues are ready to start training shortly after ordering a module. We take care of everything: service, updating, and support. 24/7. So our online training simulations are not just about cutting the direct and associated costs of training. It is not just about increasing the quality of training. And it is not just about improving the results you can expect from the training, or just about gaining experience. It is about doing all four things at the same time. If this sounds interesting, please visit us online or call us for further information.